I just noticed my camera software is off yet again. Wait, no, it actually is on. Okay, it popped up. Never mind. Skip what I just said. Hello, hi, hello, Rexy. Let me turn on the music. All right, let me get these updates started while I chat for a little bit. I know y'all can't hear a word I'm saying. It's okay. All right, so that should get these things a bit of time to update. Hello, hi. Uh, I don't even know what I wanted to say right now. In all honesty, I'm a little bit tired, kinda. I just woke up probably no more than about a little bit over an hour ago. Um, I was trying to get myself ready and just uh would because initially I was supposed to wake up at like 9 something, 9:40 ish. I think I did wake up, and uh I turned off the alarm, and I think I dozed right back off it. It's typical of me to like do stuff like that, just to show how tired I am. But I kind of started like a new routine, I guess, after work, where like as soon as I get home, because like it's the only time that I know that I would have to like kind of get myself in a better routine of doing things. So right after I got home, I pretty much jumped up to get a little bit of energy and then start working out. So like that's like my best time to like do that is like right after work. So I got kind of all my stuff in the back of the room right now, and I'm just gonna like re. I gotta start back over slowly and then build back up. So that's gonna be like my new thing that I'm gonna try to hold myself to is like go at it for 2 days, give myself a rest day, 2 days rest day, 2 days rest day type vibe. Um, so I can kind of like ramp back up to where I was before, and then exceed that and just keep going at it, and so that we can kind of you know, get ourselves back into a routine. Because I, like, in all honesty, like I look at myself and I'm like, I think I'm getting weaker, and I don't like that idea. Like I can definitely tell that I've gotten a bit smaller, but I don't like the idea of getting weaker. Like if I get smaller, hey, it is what it is. But if I get weaker, I'm not okay with that. So, um, I definitely feel like I've gotten a bit weaker. So let me get myself back into a routine of doing what I need to do. And plus, I mean, it's never a bad idea to work out. I mean, it's some people it's therapeutic. For some people, it's a way of life. Just I just gotta get myself back to where I want to be. Aside from that, we have everything's basically in place. We have basically one more day until Whisper Mountain outbreak is out, which I'm looking very much so forward to it. Um, but I got to basically get myself ready for that. And then I also want to I got another thing because I forgot all about it. I actually it's not that I forgot about it. I just didn't have my dates lined up right. So there's another thing that I that we'll be doing tomorrow because it comes out tomorrow that I was like I forgot. I think I said I was gonna do Terminal tomorrow, but I was just like, but I realized that game comes out tomorrow. I was like, oh, this changes things. This actually gives me something to do. So I'm trying to get myself prepared for that. Um, Unfortunately, it's not available to be downloaded yet. I don't think. Let me double check. I could be wrong. The way I got all these games on my wish list and I just don't be knowing what the heck half of them are. Yep. It will be available soon. Am I excited to be showing off Whisper Mountain? It's not the first time I played it. I've already showed it off. I'm just ready to play the full version of it. That's literally it. I've been following that game for years now. I think I first heard about it back in like 2021, I want to say, or something like that. It's been several years. Um, like I've already played. I've already showed it off multiple times. So it's not anything new for me, in all honesty. It's just now it's actually going into early access, so it's essentially a playable game now. Not just a demo, but it's going to be a version. Would it be considered a version one? I mean, it's going into early access, which means it's essentially done. It's just they're gonna see what needs to be fixed once everyone's playing it and stuff. I'm just only thing that I'm excited for the whole complete game. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just happy. I could have been playing it this entire time, but I didn't want to play it because of the fact that I don't want to have an advantage necessarily. I want to go into it blind with people. So, like, I've had the game since what, a week and a half ago. Already, like, I've been had it downloaded. Even like anytime I've like opened up Steam and was looking at getting ready to like start a game, I would look at it and be like, yeah, I can play it. I just not going to. I'm literally saving it for on Friday. Um, but what was I about to say? Uh, what was just on my mind before that? Uh, oh, like why do I hear talking? Some like I think it's my phone in the other room. Yeah, the best willpower wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be playing it by myself. I don't want to like that's the Whisper Mountain is a game I don't want to play it by myself. So it's not like I don't have the willpower. It's just literally I don't want to play it by myself. But what was it? We have to because the funny thing is I don't think anybody in Discord knows what the game is that I'm referring to tomorrow, which is just kind of funny because I mentioned it not that long ago. I think I literally mentioned it yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And then I looked it up and I'm like, wait a minute, that's tomorrow. Let's see if anybody catches that reference, if anybody knows what I'm referring to, but apparently no. Um, what was I about to say? I was talking to Joe After Work. If you guys don't know who Joe After Work is, one, you're doing yourself a disservice because the fact that I've rated him several times before, and on top of that, like he's a part of the group of people that are currently doing the partner push, and that's along with Anka. There's four of them that just recently hit partner. That out of that group, I think it in total is like 8 or 9 of them. That's it's like grouped that together, start pushing for it. Um, Blue hit it. TZ hit it. Caleb hit it, and Crucial hit it. So that's the four that have achieved partners so far. Um, I know Joe After Work is right there. I know even though Prez is not in that group, Prez is also pushing for partner. He's not that far off. I got him up in the background right now. Anka's pushing for it. I think Ichar. I gotta like look at the list of names. I think the other one was another. I think they're Marjo. Um, and it's kind of like interesting, and it's also funny that literally what they're doing is the thing that I've been like kind of like trying to push for, but it again it's more than just the idea of a person pushing for it. It's because it's as you guys know, I've already been up to that point of being able to hit partner, and then we've had setback after setback, and then just my inconsistency has happened, gotten in the way of like things of that nature. Hello, Ray. Um, and then we gotta obviously rebuild back up. We've had a strong community at one point, and then lost the community and kind of like slowly rebuilt it, and then kind of like certain people kind of fell off and whatnot. Which, I mean, that's the nature of streaming. You'll have people that show up that are here every day, then you'll have some that kind of like disappear because life gets in the way of things and stuff like that. I will never ever shame anybody for not being here. I'll probably ask you where you've been at because I like to have updates on people. I'm glad to see that they're doing good, and if there's anything good that happened, I would like to know so I can say like congratulations or hey, that's dope or something like that. Like I like knowing how people are doing. Um, but ultimately, I'm never going to shame somebody for not being around because everybody has their own life going on and whatnot. So, um, but you know, once I've definitely, absolutely, I've noticed a shift in how things operate. Around here in a sense like I don't have as consistent viewers anymore, but that's okay. I appreciate everyone that still shows up, comes through, hangs out, kicks it with us, chats. um do I still want to push for partner? Absolutely, but I don't want to do it in the conventional sense of pushing for partner. As I was telling, I've talked to Neko about it, I've talked to Pop about it, I've talked to everybody, well, not everybody, I talked to like select few people about it because I've started operating in a different like way now in a sense when it comes to my streaming stuff, and it's more so in the sense of I've got to align myself with people that have the same mindset as me. And what I mean by that is that if your work ethic mimics the same work ethic I have, or it exceeds, or like essentially goes beyond my current style of working, and I'm inspired by your work ethic, I have to like that's somebody I want to be around. Because of the fact that, as everyone always says, if you surround yourself with millionaires, you'll eventually gain the knowledge and mindset of a millionaire, and then so you'll probably be the next millionaire. Um, I want to align myself with people that have that drive and goal to either A, already be partnered, or B, pushing forward and exceeding it. And I know everyone calls it a partner push, like the PP, not to be confused with PP and PSO, which is photon points. But I don't like the idea of a partner push because it's just like you're pushing yourself to get partnered. The idea of a partner push is not about the streamer, it is about the community. That's the reason why I'm like, as the people that I've talked to about it, I've always kept saying it's not a partner push, it's a community push, because it's the community, you're getting behind the community to pushing them to help push you forward. So like it's a community push because you can't get partner without a community. So if you don't have the numbers, you're pushing to grow your numbers, in a sense, grow your community to get the numbers, and then you're maintaining it for the 10 days out of the month. So what's it? I think it's 8 to 10 days out of the month. You got to have over 75 concurrent viewers, and then or streams or whatever. Like however many days you got to have. I think it's like you got to have so many streams within a month, and then you also got to have the 2 months basically showing that you are able to do it. You have that, you can get partnered. But as I keep saying, it's not really a partner push as much as it's a community push. Um, so like I was talking to Joe after work, and literally I would say within the next month he'll be there for sure. Like because I know he's already gotten to that first month and is currently working through the second month right now. And it's like they're gonna do it. Like everyone in that group that's currently like pushing forward and stuff, they're all going to hit it. Um, but also I hope you do feel better, Ray. Like I understand the tired aspect. I'm not annoyed right now, but I I get tired and I get annoyed easily sometimes. So hopefully you can kind of relax, chill out, vibe, and then that annoyed factor goes away, and then you'll just be tired, and then eventually you'll fall asleep. But no, but with the idea of doing the partner push and stuff, it's like I want to, and it's not anything slighted against anybody that's not trying to push for a partner, because it's just like you know that's fair. Like sometimes some people just stream as a hobby, sometimes some people just aren't necessarily there with that mindset yet. And what I mean by align myself with those people that are like going for that, it's that I don't want to get lax and lazy and then start slacking on things that I need to do and not hit it. I want to essentially, if you're grinding, and what I mean by grinding, so like we're about to get really deep with this whole concept of streaming stuff and whatnot, and hopefully somebody hears this out there and they're just like, yo, I need to reevaluate some things, or I like that mindset, and like whatever. Hopefully it inspires somebody. If not, it doesn't inspire somebody. If it just like they just have that same mindset and they're just like, I agree with that. This helps me get on track, whatever the case may be. Um, but again, streaming, it's many different layers to it. Um, for starters, there's people that stream because they want to interact with people while they play a game. There's the people that want to entertain people. There's the people that just like, whatever your reason for streaming is, that is your personal reason. Cool. We established that. Um, but there's those people like myself that are doing it, as I've stated many, many times. My whole reason for starting to stream was because of the fact that I'm like, look, if I'm a game, let me do it for a purpose. It was initially to help the first time I streamed was to show my friends like online gaming was obviously a thing. It was like back during the PS3 era. And when you play a one player game, a single player game, you're just kind of like, dang, like this game is dope. What's going on, White Stick? When you play a game, your single player game, you're just kind of sitting there like, yo, this game is dope. Man, I wish I could show it to my friends. That was me back in 2010. And I was like, man, I would love to be able to show my friends this game right now and not actually have to go out to them and so they can see what I'm doing, because that sucks. I didn't even realize my phone was still up. Okay. But we're vibing. Hopefully you're doing well. But it was just like it was a weird thing because it's just like, man, I wish I could show my friends this game and not actually have to be physically there with them. And so I looked online. I'm like, what is a way that I can actually like put my gameplay out there so that they can see it, and then we can still chat and interact too. While, because obviously there was group chats, but you couldn't showcase your gameplay in a group chat. It was just kind of like everyone just in a group chat talking to each other. So then I ended up coming across Justin TV, which we're probably going to revisit this conversation uh maybe on Saturday. Yeah, I'm trying to have something planned for that. So then I got on Justin TV, made my account. Obviously, if you guys look at my account, you'll see the day that when I made my account, because it is exact. The creation of my account is the day that I did my first stream. December 24th, 2010. Before Twitch, it was still Justin TV. Because I was just went on there, and there was all kinds of things being streamed on there. There was gameplay, there was TV shows, there were just people doing various different things. Some of it legal, some of it illegal, some of it just wilding out. Justin TV was just the Wild West essentially. Um, did you even find the day the account was created? So when you click on your account name, it will tell you when you followed the channel that you're currently in, and then it'll also say date creation. So I'll type. So just in case if somebody wants to confirm that with me, when you click on my name, you will see name, account created, and then I guess it could show like like literally it will show like the birthday cake. That is the day that your account was created. So for you, Ray, your account was created on May 23rd, 2014. And for Rexy, I know hers is probably like within the past 2 years because she had to make a whole new account. Actually, it was March 26th, 2024. For White Stick, their account was created on April 14th, 2020. But literally, like I said, the day that I made my account, uh, I was like, all right, cool. I made my account. Let me grab me a webcam and point it at my TV and show you this blurry ass picture of me playing Bleach Soul Ignition. Um, And so that's exactly what I did. I pointed my camera at my screen. It gave it a like. Granted, Bleach was like there was a lot going on because it was on the PS3. It was a lot. The screen was blurry and stuff, but still you could kind of somewhat tell what I was doing. And that was essentially my first stream: a webcam pointing at a TV screen while I was talking. Um, then kind of like just lingered on the website for a little bit, looking at various different things. I'm just like, yo, this is cool. I want to figure out how to do this. Then I disappeared for a bit and came back when it became Twitch, which is like 2012 ish. And I'm just like, oh, this is all about gaming. I love this. I want to get up, be a part of this. Still slacking. It was kind of like I would kind of like bounce around, just look at various different streams, but I just wouldn't get myself doing myself a disservice. By the way, I wouldn't just get myself really involved in it. Um, I remember going back to it. I want to say this is probably like 20. This is definitely 2012 era because Twitch was actually like getting itself off the ground and getting itself going. Um, I was kind of just looking at various different things, and if I'm not mistaken, this is back again. There was a group on Facebook known as Support the Resident Evil 2 Remake. Back in 2012, by the way, we got Resident Evil 2 remake some years later. Um, but I was like looking forward to the idea of that becoming a thing. And actually, this might have been before that. It might have been 2021. It could have been 2021, 2022, one of the two. I don't know exactly where it is. But I ended up coming across a page on there, and they were like talking about like it. This is we're here for Resident Evil 2. We want to see Resident Evil 2 remade. So I'm like, I'm a absolute like I love me some Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 was the first Resident Evil I beat. It was the first one essentially that I played. Technically, it was the demo to Resident Evil 2. Uh, but Resident Evil 2 is like a game that I hold very near and dear to my heart. Um, and so there was one of the administrators on there posted about a streamer that was currently playing Borderlands. And I'm like, I didn't care for Borderlands at that point in time. I wanted to see some Resident Evil, but I'm like, I do like Borderlands, so I was like, let me pull up and see because he's just like, one of the people that that's running the page of a game that I like. And they're just like, yo, this person's dope. You should come check them out. Mind you, this is a great way to grow your stream when somebody else promotes you. It's always a good idea to like support your friends. Which funny enough, that guy that did that, I actually am pretty cool with that guy now. He sometimes actually I haven't seen him in a while now I think about it. But he is a dope dude. Anyways, he posted about a streamer that was currently playing Borderlands 2, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, yo, I want to check out some Borderlands 2 gameplay. And so I pulled up and I'm like, yeah, this dude's pretty cool. And it was uh just, playing some Borderlands, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep watching. Pulled up, chatted with a couple of people in there, and, just enjoyed the content. And then eventually I was just like, you know what? This is that website, that Twitch website. Let me go ahead and like kind of skim through this and see like, if anybody's playing Resident Evil. I think I ended up coming back to it like on a Sunday. And sure enough, I ended up finding a streamer with a big afro. And I was like, oh snap, somebody's playing some Resident Evil 3. I'm gonna see how good they are. Mind you, at the time, I want to say he was probably about 14-ish, give or take. 14, 15-ish. The person I'm referring to is Level, by the way. Um, and I was just like, yo, this kid is dope at Resident Evil. Like, what the heck? And literally, that was the first person I decided I wanted to follow because I also found out he was black. Hey, get mad at me all you want, but um, I went ahead, watched them, and I'm like, yo, streaming is dope. I want to be able to do this. And so at this point in time, this is when I was really like going full throttle with it and wanted to become a streamer and stuff. So I ended up going out buying a Dazzle. I could actually go into my one of my drawers and pull it out right now. I still have it for whatever reason. And I ended up hooking that up to my PS3. got it up and going, learned how to use OBS, started streaming and stuff. Mind you, I went back and refollowed the other person I was playing Borderlands because that was Lodi, aka Abraham Links's at the previous point in time, but then he changed his name to Lodi. Um, and so like that was my introduction to like streaming and just like understanding it and getting invested with it and stuff. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it for I want to at least have a reason why I'm consistently doing this. So then I decided this is still early era of me. I ended up going to finding out about Extra Life. Extra Life is the organization that helps run charity events for children hospitals, and I have a pretty prominent children's hospital here, which was Riley's Children's Hospital, but it's now become Peyton Manning's Children's Hospital. I think that's what they changed the name to. But I wanted to become a part of that, and so they were creating. I was one of the founding members of the guild for my city, and granted, I have not. I don't even think they even still like do like any of that stuff anymore because that was so long ago. But like, was one of like the first starting people to like organize a thing. Um, it was just like something that was like really near and dear to my heart at that point in time. Granted, I also had just I was getting ready to transition to start working at the post office too, so I was in a bit of a rough state because I had no time to like really do any of this stuff. And you guys know how how bad it is now for me at the post office. It was 10 times worse back then. So I really did not have time to stream. I couldn't do really much of anything at that point in time. Um, but I was still trying to make some things happen and whatnot. And also at that point in time, I was like trying various different things because I just wanted to be free from working like that. That was my main drive, was like I wanted to be free from working like that. Um, and so, you know, I kind of grinded it out a bit and, did my streams here and there. I had momentum at that point in time because I think at that during that era, if I still kind of beat myself up over this, that if I was able to find a way to be consistent and just let that drive stay consistent with streaming, this community would be whole lot different for sure. We would definitely have a check mark. I would know that for a fact because back in 20, what was it, 2015, I was averaging like 30 to 40 viewers consistently. Um, but I was not consistent. We were averaging 30 to 40 viewers consistently when I would stream, but I wasn't streaming consistently. So, I was doing myself a huge disservice at that point in time, and I could have easily. Granted, I also didn't have my foundation really at that during that era. Um, I was still trying to like figure out my identity as far as streaming and what I wanted my brand to be. C1 Agency One wasn't a thing at this point in time. Agency One didn't become a thing until 2015. Um, Going in at this point in time, it was like 2013, 2014 ish when I was just kind of like getting some things going. So go figure there. And even then, even 2015, I it wasn't a brand thing on the channel. It was still a concept being formed. I don't think the identity, the brand fully didn't come around until 2018ish, 2018, 2017, 20 like around that era. So again, we were just figuring out some things, getting some stuff organized and whatnot. So I said all that to say this is that going through all the different transitions and all that stuff, it's been a learning process. It's been a various different things of trying to adapt and stuff. And now we're at this point in time where, again, community is a big aspect of everything, and we gotta, I gotta do my part to push the community and grow the community, and then the community has to in turn get behind me to help push me. But also I want to try to inspire those around me to have the mindset of like, if you really want this, lock in. Literally, you have to lock in now. You have to get yourself, you can't just stream. Basically, like, if you're really wanting to go further with content creation, it can't be just, you know what, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna play my game and then I'm gonna get off and relax and kind of like, see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. It's We're beyond that era. That was the when I first started streaming, like 2014, 2015. You could do that back then. you could just literally go live. Like the viewership ratio was amazing. Like you could literally play just about anything, and some people that were fans of the game were 9 times out of 10 going to pull up and come support you. Um, Again, I kind of beat myself up because I didn't truly lock in till much later. Uh, Granted, a lot of different things were going on, taking place at that point in time, and I just was not secure in who I was. But getting back on track, we're out of the just streaming phase era. We're out of the. That's why I also had that clip the other day saying I don't have a platform loyalty thing necessarily. I stream on Twitch just because the fact that this is the first place I started streaming on. My core community is here. I don't want to pull them from their like preferred location. Granted, I have gone live over on what's going on, Potsy. I have gone live over on Kick, and we've had people pull up and be like, "You suck. You only got like one viewer here and stuff." And then literally everyone that's on Twitch is just like, "All right, let's go over there. Fuck you. He's got a community over here. We're just watching it where we prefer to watch it at. Also, fuck you again." And then, everybody just goes back to being on Twitch again. And so, like, it's, as I said, like, my core community is here, basically. That's the reason why I still go live on Twitch. Granted, do I like Twitch like that? Yes, no? Want to fight about it? I mean, it is what it is. Like, they're literally taking 50% of my income whenever I get a sub, which sucks. Um, and then other platforms, like we had, was it Live Space at the time? Uh, they were giving us basically 100% of our revenue or something like that. It was a high percentage of it. Like I was loving that. Unfortunately, Live Space got shut down because of the fact that they weren't able to secure funding and whatnot. But I was loving Live Space. If like they were still around at this point in time, good lord. I know Rexy went over there and gifted a bunch of subs before. And I would the thing is, what made that so beautiful was that I would get gifted the subs, and then 2 to 3 days later, I would be able to get that payout for that. So I was just eating that up. That was a good era back then. And even then, I could be pushing on Kick because okay, so as I said, we're about to get really, really stream heavy talking right here. I should, matter of fact, I should just change the just chatting at this point in time because I'm not about to get on PSO just yet. We're about to be sitting here chatting, and I don't want to be distracted while I'm doing this talk. Uh, so crap. Now I gotta like change it on TikTok too. I should be playing a game right now, but uh, it's okay. Uh, what was I about to say? Yeah. All right. So back on topic. All right, I done changed everything. Um, During that era of just like streaming and just like because that was also the era of like the community like forming and building, and we were having people pull up. I actually had mods back then, believe it or not. No slight to anybody that's currently has a sword, but 90% of the time, like I didn't have to necessarily do as much stuff. Granted, some people still pull up. So the people that are currently mod right now, they're essentially honorary mods because like at that point in time I needed them, they were here, and I just never took the sword away. Do I plan on taking the sword away? No, because if I get like a front page thing, 9 times out of 10 those same people are going to pull back up and do the mod stuff for me. But do I want them to be mods? No. I've already stated before, I look at Potsy and I'm like, if I ever grow bigger than where I'm already at and I want him to become a mod, I'll ask him. It's his choice. If he wants to be a mod, I will definitely give him a sword. But I prefer people to just enjoy their time being here because of the fact that it's like, I don't want you guys to I want you guys to be able to relax and just vibe out with me. Granted, if the community gets bigger and we got to start getting some mods just in case to try to like balance things out. I will look at who's consistently here and work accordingly. Very hesitant to ever give Rexy a sword. As much as she's here, I'm very, very hesitant to do that. Um, you'll be a swell mob. That's the reason why I would not give her a sword. But no, but in all honesty, it's like I kind of like I can manage my own channel as is right now because of the fact that it's like I prefer people just to kind of like exist and enjoy the content, interact where they can and stuff like that in this, that, and the third. But I really don't want to uproot anything. I just want it to like flow and just be itself essentially. So that's the reason why I'm like, you know, granted, I know why, like, I know Pop is usually always asleep whenever I go live. Crazy starts to go to sleep around this time. He'll pull up like literally in about like an hour and a half of the stream being live, and then he's like chatting for a bit, and then he's off to sleep. Um, Shadow, if I'm not mistaken, his PC is still down. He's having PC issues. Uh, who else is a mod? Neku is working, so he's literally probably in Ray's Discord asleep right now, if not getting ready to go to sleep. Um, who else do I have as a mod? I don't really want to go back and look through all that, but like each person that has been modded is essentially like J Rock. I've known J Rock for like this is so J Rock and Level both have mod because at that point in time there was no VIPs in the stream. Granted, I wouldn't take it away from them, but we're all a mod in each other's channels, so um that comes from an era of there's no such thing as VIPs. It's just you're either a regular viewer or you was a mod, and I wanted them to have like special privileges, so I gave them the sword to do things, and that's the reason why I said I would mod Potsy, but I want Potsy to enjoy his time being here. That's the reason why he's just being here. Um, so getting back on track with the idea is that like I can handle my stream easily. When we have a troll that pops up, I troll back. I troll back so hard to the point that the troll is just like, I'm leaving because this person is literally roasting me back. Uh and so I banter back with trolls. It's like I don't just go, oh, they're trolling me. Ah, no, I'm like, you better hit me with some jokes or otherwise I'm finna cook you. Like, I'm on screen. You can say something about my parents. I don't give two fucks. Like, but I don't see you, but I'm really about to cook you if you come in here with that type of energy. I'm going to fight back. Um, because I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They're gonna be like, you hurt my feelings. You tried to hurt mine. The fuck? Anyways, so aside from all that, I could essentially handle myself on stream. Um, but when it comes to the idea of just like maintaining like getting everything back on schedule and like growing it further, that's the thing that I want to do, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I come from that era of being able to stream and just kind of like grow your community, and then I slowly started adapting and adjusting accordingly, because before multi-streaming was a thing, I was already doing it. Like when everybody else was talking about like, oh, like, yeah, you got a multi-stream nowadays, your boy's been doing it for years. Go back and look at my YouTube channel. I have been multi-streaming for quite some time now. Like I have VODs in there from like 2023. Like when Twitch said you were not allowed to multi-stream, I was. Okay. Um like even now I'm on various different platforms and just trying to do the things like I know there is no such thing as like acknowledging where you're at and just kind of like going from there. It's like you gotta reach as many different audiences as you can. Well, not necessarily audience, but just reach as many different people as you possibly can, and just hope that what you're doing draws people into where you want them to be, like to the core community. That's the reason why I had earlier. I had that I like I think it was yesterday when I started thinking about it. I was like, I need to funnel people into the Discord. Getting people into the Discord is the main way that you will grow. Um, because of the fact that I could interact with more people in the Discord. I only reason why I haven't necessarily like opened up the Discord, so like if somebody was to do the Discord command, it doesn't work because only mods or myself can do it, and I don't want anybody pulling up in there, especially when you know still trying to like work some stuff out and whatnot. And plus, as many people as I keep getting those stupid friend requests from all these freaking bots and stuff from other Discords, it kind of annoys me, and I don't want that to happen in my own Discord because if it happens in my own Discord, I'm really gonna get annoyed. So that's kind of like the only reason why I haven't like necessarily going out of my way to update the Discord command and like fix it. But if somebody really wants to join it and they're just like, yo, like I really vibe with you, I want to like, you know, become a part of the community. Like no one's actually ever came in here and said that, therefore I haven't necessarily gone out of my way to get them a link. Like if it's people like I'm playing a game and they're like, oh yeah, like can I jump in VC with you? You've seen it multiple times. I'm like, hold on, I'll get you a link and I'll like, do the things and stuff. But when it comes to actually like people wanting to join the community and like be connected on that level, it hasn't quite happened yet. And it is what it is. But eventually, once I get everything organized and we get the Discord going again, we start doing community events and various different things and that nature, then yes, I will absolutely do a thing because I already have an idea of what I want to do as far as getting a permanent link. I just have to do the thing myself. Which I could do that with the other link that I have, but I would rather have that just link back to the stream. I have an idea. I just gotta work it out. But what was I about to say? Back to the idea of again community and the whole idea of doing the partner push. I don't want to just do it as a conventional thing because I want to say I've said it I want to say I said this like a year ago. I've been saying it for years, in all honesty. Um, I've already had the idea of working with people that are on the like, but my issue was that I was trying to bring people along and motivate them to be on the same type of time that I was when I should have been looking for people that were already on that same type of time as me and aligning myself with them. Um, So I've said it before when I first originally got into streaming that I wanted my friends, my circle of the people that I was hanging out with back in my early 20s and stuff, I wanted them to become streamers too because we all had talents and stuff. And the way that it works is that you align yourself with people that have that idea. Y'all get on that same mindset, y'all get on that same page, and then y'all work it out together. So, you know, two of us could stream together and then raid into another person, just do that. Like it's essentially a raid train that gets a community involved. Like you're going to be funneling the community within each other, and that community is going to become not, I don't want to use the word infatuated with you, but they become a part of the core identity of what you guys are trying to achieve. And that's how like that's literally how a lot of these other organizations and like bigger streamers and their groups and stuff grow, is because they all work together and they raid each other and then they kind of network with each other. That community is get used to seeing their face and they're like now they're ingrained with their day-to-day thing and they're just like, okay, they're alive, I want to hang out with them, I enjoy their content and stuff. That's literally how you achieve partner on Twitch, is that you work with people that have the same mindset as you. You get you kind of like, again, I hate to use this term, but you circle jerk each other to get each other to build up that community, because that community will then get infatuated, hate to use that word, with what you guys are producing and they become a part of that and then they help elevate you. That's the blueprint has been there for years. It's just some people are trying to make it harder than what it really is. And it's like it's been working for years. Why try to change that? It like the only thing that you really need to change is just change the name. Instead of partner push, it's just a community push. You help each other that have the same mindset as you, build up, and then that community grows with you guys and then it elevates you guys. I mean, it's just there. It's worked for years. and even then, if you think about it, it's the same way that YouTube works. YouTubers get together with each other, they help each other work out ideas and whatnot. And all of a sudden, what do you know? Their views are growing because they're working together. They're finding out what works and what doesn't work. They teach it to their friends. Their friends find out some things that also work. They tell it to each other. So you skip out like it literally all the trial and error that you guys would have like again. I'm saying the same thing over and over, but at the exact same time, I got to give you an example so some people can actually understand it. Again, I'm hoping somebody like hears this and gets inspired and just like that makes sense. Mr. B has said multiple times, you know, you make 100 videos, one of those succeeds, you failed 99 times. Or you could work with some people, all try out various different things. You know, you instead of you making 100 mistakes, the four of you work together and you make 25 mistakes, and then one of you makes 24 mistakes but finds out, hey, this worked, and then you teach it to them, and now you guys are like working on that one idea to make it better and finding other ways to make it work even better. Boom, now you have a instead of having made 99 mistakes, you made 25 or 24 mistakes to, you know, get there. You can do it in a quarter of the time. It's just you got to find people that are ready to work on that same mindset. Same thing with streaming. You know, I've been literally trying to do the things for years. If I grab my phone, old phone that's sitting over here, which eventually I'm probably going to end up taking. I need to grab this thing over here, this phone holder, and I'm gonna probably use one of my old phones as a camera because since I especially got this new one, once I switch this one out, this is definitely going to become a camera because its camera quality is amazing. Um, but essentially, I've been trying to do the things that people have been suggesting for years now. Before, um, I really kind of like understood how clipping and doing all this stuff worked. I would, you know, occasionally post some clips here and there, but I didn't know how to format. I didn't know how to do the whole turning it vertical like style. I would just post the clip as is, you know, it'd still be like in the 1920 by 1080 aspect and stuff. And I was posting that on various different platforms to get discovered. I was posting it on, there was a clip platform known as Melee. There was a couple other ones that was like on the phone, and a lot of people were just like, I don't want to do that. I should just be able to get discovered on Twitch and stuff. And it's just like, the era of that is over. Like we are well past that. You have to go outside of Twitch to bring people to Twitch if you're wanting to get partnered on Twitch, or you just got to bring people to your core community, Discord, and wherever else you interact with your community at. And that's how you're going to grow. Is that you got to, you know, put in the work to get people out there. So it's like I should be actually, in all honesty, I should probably be double checking against a Reddit in all honesty, because you know you never know who's in Reddit that's like I want to find a place that I could actually belong to and interact with people and whatnot. But I haven't really. Matter of fact, I think my Reddit account somehow got banned. I don't know how. Like I saw something pop up and it was just like something. There's an error with your account or whatever, and I'm just like I really don't care. I made the account, used it like maybe once to like post something about PSO, and that was kind of it. But I've already been trying to implement things even then back. That's the reason why I had that big, huge. I don't. Can I talk about this? I don't know if I can talk about this. Maybe I can talk about it. I mean, it's already over now. It's happened years ago. So back before my TikTok had like a booming period where I just started because it was a I was under NDA at the time. Since it's over, I think I'm not under NDA anymore. So that's the only reason why I don't know if I can talk about it. But again, this is like what 2 years ago now, so I think I can talk about it. Especially since the campaign for it's long over. Twitch reached out to me and said that, you know, hey, we see your content, we like your content. We also see that you use TikTok. Can we use your clips to promote, you know, Twitch on TikTok? The fuck? Of course, please do. And so literally, I went from like 200 something followers. That's the reason why I had that huge jump from my 200 followers to almost like 3,000 followers, because Twitch was like, I sent them like 3 different clips and then they advertised those clips on their page. So it brought in people to my channel and they were starting to follow me on TikTok. Unfortunately, it didn't translate over maybe it did kind of translate because that kind of does align with that era of when my viewership did kind of like spike, and that's how we did hit the numbers for partner. But we just didn't. There were some errors with that. It is what it is. Um, but there was things that had happened, and then everything kind of like trickled down. Like as I was open about it before, I got mentally defeated when we got denied, and kind of like had a setback from there. But we're progressing again. But uh, I definitely did kind of like learn some things, and that's I was already again implementing stuff that I wanted to that's working now. And even then I've already kind of like adapted and like grown on the aspect of like trying to elevate how I'm operating now. I went through that phase of like what the main thing I need to learn now is how to do long form content so that I can start up making more YouTube videos and stuff. Like I can make shorts and get those uploaded easy deasy, easy peasy. But it's the idea of being able to make some content that's actually has a chance to go viral. That's what I'm still trying to learn how that works because shorts is kind of like there's a certain formula that will work, but you got to have like the right things to put out there that's going to help it grow. And that's what I need to probably deep dive more into. Then I got to learn how to do long form content. And then also, you guys should actually be having up one of these streams on YouTube so we can get the watch time up. So the watch time can get us to monetization. Monetization can lead to opportunities. Um, but the whole idea of using every other like platform to try to do different things. So obviously I'm on another platform. I've mentioned it before. I'm on Beam. I will Noise unfortunately is been shut down. They ran into some issues or whatever the case is, and I guess it might be another funding thing. Noise is no longer a platform, but they did say they're possibly going to come like the technology thing that they made. They're probably going to be sending that to another platform. I saw them tweet about it earlier today. But Noise was the first platform that I got partnered on. I was a partner on Noise. Actually, no, it wasn't the first platform I got partnered on. I want to say that I also got partnered on LiveSpace. LiveSpace also was partnered there. I was partnered on LiveSpace and I was partnered on Noise. And I also, where's that platform now? Which one? Noise? They shut down. That was the one with the card system and stuff. LiveSpace got shut down because they didn't get funding to be able to keep pushing. Um, and then I really don't know who uses Trovo, but I have a bronze partner status on Trovo. So essentially that is partnered, but there I guess there's tiers to their partner, and I don't really consider that a partner thing. Like it is what it is. Um, but like my main thing is that I like the cards, but UI was still a little wonky. Also, pie in the sky funding ideas. Yeah, like it again, it's a dope idea. It's just like the way that streaming is now. We're gonna come back to this conversation probably on Saturday. I'm just waiting for everybody to be uh for sure. Like we're all going to be available on this day. Hey, Steam support, let's go. Thank you, Fred. All right, let's go, Fred. Yay. Actually, I gotta like actually go post about this in the how do I get back to that? I'm literally about to cuss Meta out. Like I'm getting really pissed off with them. Damn it. Could I do this? No. Let me just go ahead and do it from here. Do dee do dee do 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 do. Give me 1 second, cause as you guys know, Game Stonks was supposed to have been out last week, and they're still waiting on a response. Uh, about why they can't. They haven't been greenlit for early access. The freak. Oh wait, derp. So, trying to everyone's trying to figure out why they can't necessarily um why, like, they're trying to like, for whatever reason, Steam hasn't greenlit their game to go early access for whatever reason. So people are like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, I want to play Game Stonks and whatnot. Like, this completely side tangent, but I what I ended up doing was I ended up, like, somebody mentioned that they put in a support ticket to Steam to try to figure out, you know, hey Steam, why haven't you greenlit the game yet? We want to play the game, greenlight it. So I actually put in a ticket too, and so when I just checked, like, I got a response back from them. They said, thank you for contacting support. Additionally, they said we value your Steam community, and I'm forwarding your comments on to the appropriate department. So essentially, Steam said, I see that you want to play this game, so we're going to send it to the appropriate department to, like, let them know, hey, these people want to play this game. So um literally, it's kind of like funny that I said that, and yeah, I'm about to go post this in their Discord. So essentially, like, we're trying to help out the devs. We want to play this game. I clearly want to play Game Stonks. Um, but it is what it is. Like, there. But anyways, I completely forgot what I was saying. Uh, the various different platforms I was partnered on. But I want obviously I want to be partnered here. Like, this is something I've been working at for quite some time. I also want to hit the monetization on YouTube. I want to do all these various different things. I want to, again, grow this community to be as the best that it can be, because I want to inspire somebody else that's probably has that same mindset as me, trying to find their place in different things. I want to create that, necessarily not like that the best community ever, because there's no such thing as the best community ever. Somebody's going to find an issue with it. You can't cater to everybody, but you can cater to those that have that same mindset and that same familiarity, like, that just wants to vibe and just interact with each other and feel at home, necessarily like the friends sitting on the couch hanging out together, like that I used to do back in the day with my friends. We would just go over somebody's house and just sit back, vibe, play some games, eat food, hang out. I want to create that same kind of vibe here, where people just feel comfortable, can be themselves, interact with each other, and just have a good time. That's that's all that I wanted to create, basically. Um, but to, like, essentially grow and hit partner and all that stuff, that requires a bit more effort. That's the reason why I've been uploading consistently as much as I could. As far as the shorts go and all that stuff, I gotta learn some things. Um, I will say that my shorts have been hit or miss. Um, and the thing, like, I've learned quite a bit of things with YouTube, is that technically, sure, cool, your short hit 1,000 views. Congratulations. That means nothing to the algorithm. Um, it pushes out, like, when your short hits 10 to 20K views, that's when it's like, okay, this short has potential to go viral. Only reason why it hasn't is because YouTube is like it's a bit weird with that. But like when your short hits 1,000 views, that means that hey, you did the bare minimum and we like it and we put it out there to some people and some people viewed it. But you got to have like a certain metric be depending on how long your short is. So like when your short is like um as I've stated before, your short's like zero from like the 0 to 30 seconds area, your short has to basically have like a 95% retention and have like a certain amount of like views on it for it to go up to that next level. Um then once it gets a bit longer from like 30 seconds to like 45 seconds, it's like you got to have above average for it to potentially go viral because the 1,000 views is like within the testing phase. And that's why I was like before I used to get excited it's great. Like, yeah, like the thing is, you want to watch it, and you want to watch it once. Sometimes, hell, it helps when you watch it twice. In all honesty, um, leave a like on it, and then you know if you feel so inclined to put a comment on it because it'll and then cause me to comment back to it, um, and just kind of like doing those things, it helps it boost its chances because I've only had like two clips out of since I've been doing this that actually kind of like went above the usual average, which was the Death Stranding one, and there was a Game Stonks clip that both of those did about almost 5,000 views. Um, because I think it was like 4.3K views on it. So, but everything else has been kind of like hit or miss. Is like they'll go up to like 1,000 or something like that. And before I used to get excited, I'm like, yo, I got 1,000 views. Like, yeah, like I'm about to go viral. No, like I've come to learn that 1,000 views just means that you scraped through the basic tier of the because what it does is that it will send it out to a test group and then if it does well within that test group, it'll send it out to a bigger test group. If it does well in that test group, it'll send it out to a bigger one. I think by the third time that it does well with the test group, then it just shoots it out to go viral and sends it to everybody. Um, when you get like 1,000 views, I think that's like the first test group, and then it goes to the next tier. And if it doesn't go past like that 2,000 view mark, and because I think that second test group is like if it doesn't go past 5,000 views, then it's gonna stay there. Once it goes to that third test group, that's that 10 to 15K test group view area, and once it hits that area, if you do that enough times, chances are one of those is just gonna take off and shoot up into like higher than like the 15K and go to like 20, 30, 100K, potentially higher than that. Um, so that's why I don't get excited when I see 1,000 views anymore. But inversely on Instagram, though, I do get excited because one, I don't even have 1,000 followers on Instagram. I have like 700 something. I think it's like 781, I think, followers on Instagram. Um, and I've had about a good 6 or 7 of those clips go past 1,000 views. So I think they're one of them got to like 2,000. Some of them are like hitting the 1,500 or like and going up above that and stuff. I'm definitely getting a lot more interaction on my Instagram page because of the fact that um, Toge, the same way that I got that little promotion thing on Twitter, is I also have it on Instagram. But the sad thing is, when I got that promotion on Twitter, it was for the other page because I don't have my name on Twitter. I have the real Chris one, and everyone's used to me just being Chris one on every platform. So like, I got to get my name copywritten so then I can force them to give me that name on Twitter. But I've gotten a fair bit of views with just with the Toge stuff because of the fact that like they actually they link that post to my page. So it's like I actually posted that too. So I'm getting it's saying like your post is getting a lot of views and stuff, and it's not my post. I'm just featured in it, but they linked it to me as well. So I'm loving the interactions on that, and it's helping my page out quite a bit. Like, cause literally I am here. I'll just let you guys look at it from my phone. Granted, it's backwards, but you guys can clearly see that it says 13,000. The pink part is actual followers. The purple part is people that aren't following me. So I have a lot of interaction from non-followers, but literally my reels are going kind of like going crazy. That's 99% of the reason why my Instagram has like all the interactions that it's having. Um, I've almost reached 10,000 different accounts, and then literally, as like I was saying, there's the like shorts and stuff that I've been posting, which are reels. And granted, it's probably blurry, but like the highest one is 2K, the other one's 1.7K, then there's a 1.5K, and then everything else is kind of like in the hundreds and stuff. Istanbul, weird. Okay. But like I'm having a lot of interactions with Instagram and stuff. Like I'm actually using my Instagram now. Before I wasn't really posting anything on there, but I kind of realized like, hey, if I want to grow the community, I gotta like actually start putting out content everywhere in a sense. So I've been posting on Instagram, I've been posting on YouTube, obviously, and posting on TikTok. I actually got like uh it is a strange, mysterious jungle to me too, because I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, hey, some stuff is working, some stuff isn't. We're experimenting, we're trying, we're trying to reach as many new faces as we possibly can. And if I knew how to set up how to go live on Instagram, I would have done that and be streaming on there because I know you can stream on Instagram. I just haven't done my due diligence on how to figure that out. I will gladly cut out like one of these other streams here to go live over there, uh, and try to get some traction going that way. Um, but we just it's doing what I can where I can to try to do as much as I can, essentially. I know some people say like, oh, you should only focus on so many platforms. Like you should focus on two platforms and make that work. And like, sure, you should, because then you can like find out how it works and then just put out stuff on there that will work, basically. But for me, it's just like I'm just gonna do whatever I can just to try to do as much as I can, basically. So I'm throwing things, whatever sticks to wall sticks, and then once I have a good understanding of what's sticking and what's not sticking, then I will then proceed further into that. Right now, the only reason why I haven't been consistently locking into like one type of like gameplay to keep making shorts about is because of the fact that we have so much stuff that's going on that's getting ready to come out that I'm preparing for. Like I'm probably gonna put out at least like a good 15 to 20 shorts with just Whisper Mountain alone. And then we also got the mysterious game that you guys are not aware of that I've mentioned, but is coming out tomorrow that I'll be playing. Um, Kudos to whoever does figure this out because I definitely did say what the game was. I just didn't realize that it was coming out tomorrow. I thought it was coming out on Friday, but it's tomorrow. So I will be playing it tomorrow. Will I have it set as a title for the game? No, but I'll transition to it. I'll put it that way. So it'll still be a mystery until I actually start boot up the game. Um, but uh, I got so many different things that are like kind of like taking place. Like the games that I am enjoying, I'm putting out a lot of clips on that and stuff. Like Terminal Brigade. Um, what is it? Neon Abyss. I put out a couple of things on Mecha Break. I was putting out a lot of content on that, but I haven't been playing it as much. Like I should play it tonight. In all honesty, since I didn't play it on last Saturday, and I know I'm not gonna play it this weekend. This weekend is literally dedicated to Whisper Mountain, 100%. Um, but the way, like, what I'm trying to do now is just lock myself down to doing what I can to put out content and be that person that's going to show that, hey, I've been around the block, I know what I'm doing, and it's time that, I got myself more focused and locked in so that I can get the community the things that they need. Because y'all been supporting me more than long enough, and I don't want it to be just centered around, but not necessarily just centered around, but just like you guys are going above and beyond. I want to be able to go above and beyond what you guys are doing and give back to you guys a lot more than what I can already. So, as a result of that, I want to obviously push the community to grow the community so that we can get that check mark because you guys are a check mark community. Am I a check mark streamer? That could be up for debate. It's really it's the community, it's the checkmark community. Me as a streamer having a checkmark, cool, but you guys are well deserving of a checkmark, and I want to be able to bring that to you guys. So I'm gonna do what I can to try to get people to come into the channel, and we'll adapt and we'll adjust and we'll do what we can there. Because again, the more this grows, the more I can give back to you guys, and that's what I really want to do. Um, so any oil barons out there that want to like donate to me so that I can go full time, like look, if you give me if you give me $300,000, I promise you I will pay all my bills. Actually, no, because I wouldn't be able to sustain like being at home like that wouldn't be it wouldn't be enough. See one moving to Dubai? Nah, I wouldn't move to Dubai. I would still stay here. But let's put it this way. I'll put it into a terms that's actually believable. If I could get 5,000 a month, I'm doing math right now. 5,000 a month? No, I would need more than 5,000 a month. You know what's weird? Like now that I'm thinking about this, with 5,000, like 5,000 a month seems like more than enough money. But I think I'm making, but it would kind of even out to how much I'm making right now. So I would want more because then I want to be able to pay off things. So let's put it this way. If I can get 10,000 a month, that's more, that's way more than a month. Way more than what I'm making right now. But that would allow me to go live and actually lock in on content. I would actually hire an editor and pay them to be my personal editor so then we can get YouTube content out and then grow an actual like thing with streaming, like because I know from that point on, one, I would be making more than I'm making at my job, which means that I could actually, so any of them oil barons out there that wants to like help a streamer go full time with streaming, 10,000 a month right now would absolutely kill this and get this started. I would be able to go full time, and then I would, we'd be able to work something out. We'd be able to make some things happen. But no, I would definitely be able to go full time. I would grow a YouTube channel, get that to get into a position to do things, and then work on the other channels, get those up and going properly. And then from there, have a group of like people that I would trust to edit and get the things. Like I would get it into a position of being automated and then take a step back to then try to create something for streamers in general. Because I actually ended up I know I've mentioned it before and I ended up which is one of the reasons why like I feel like I'm like have like the same mindset as Chrono, uh the PSO2 streamer that's also on YouTube and stuff. We kind of like had the same mindset of being able to create something for streamers that would help them be able to sustain. Like we would create like a not necessarily a organization. Well, I mean, it kind of would be, but like something to help streamers go full time. I would absolutely love to create something like that. That could help them not necessarily just like land brand deals and stuff like that, but just like create a system that would help them transition just from being a I like streaming, but I don't know what I need to do to go full time with this, or not necessarily full time, but like actually start making some things happen. So it would be something that I would like to eventually create to help people move forward. I don't know how I would do it, but I would definitely try to find the right people to, get the logistics and all that stuff down, and then just kind of like build it from the ground up and go from there. Because I know there's definitely things out there that are like that, but well, I haven't seen it yet. If I had seen it, I would have definitely kind of like looked into it. But um, yeah. All right, now I think we can play some PSO. Now I've yapped on long enough. You guys already know how I feel about a lot of these different things. Um, It's funny that I can hear myself in the background because I think I left my phone up. Who knew my phone was actually that loud? Let's get this game going though. It is well past time for us to play some PSO. Let's do this. But yeah, if we do actually get to that point where we can just make some things happen, trust and believe, I'm going to do all that I can to make some stuff happen. I'm going to try to push things forward. I'm going to try to elevate the community. I'm going to try to do as much as I can. Because at the end of the day, I just want to inspire greatness. Literally that. So Buzz's music. When are they going to change this intro? Like, we've had this intro for years now. We have legit gone from fighting Starless. No, we went from fighting dolls to Starless to now whatever the heck is in the Ultra Realm. And yet in the intro, we're still fighting dolls. That's what it's showing. PSO. Pull it together.
Attention ARC's defenders. We are beginning a counter-offensive against the powerful enemies in the Steer region. We request the participation of all ARC's defenders.
One o'clock.
You can have this, if you like.
I don't know if we're actually in UQ or if it's just about to start at 1:30, but I feel like UQ has already started. Yes, Shandi, that is me.
How are you? Looking forward to seeing you again.
I just realized one of my classes is maxed out, which means I need to switch classes. We got Ranger maxed out, so let's work on Hunter.
Try not to die.
Already died. Too late. Oh yeah, that's the little side story stuff. I don't want to worry about that right now. I need to find out if it is actually time for UQ. It is time. All right, time to move it. Gotta move. Gotta move. Gotta move. Gotta move. Gotta move. Move it. Move it. Move it. Move it. Move it. Soldier, move it. Because we actually get to do 2 UQs, so I'm gonna do this twice.
Dark Falls activity confirmed. Please deploy to Central Alpha and repel it. We're counting on you.
Miss PSO 2? As I tell everybody, it's always there. Play it at your leisure. Don't ever take PSO super serious, like a game that you have to grind every day, because when you do,
Please deploy to Central Alpha.
you will then drift away from the game. I play PSO once, maybe twice a week. Sometimes I won't play it at all a week, because if I just got a lot of things going on. But that's the way I'm able to enjoy the game, is that I don't stay on it all the time. I don't spend my life in the game. Before NGS, yeah, like I played that looked like a dope Virgil right there, I just noticed. But yeah, even then, like even with base PSO 2, like granted I could go back to that and play that a bit more, because I didn't finish the story on the global side, because I've been playing PSO for years.
Beginning a counter-offensive
Too long, in all honesty.
against the Steer region. We request the participation of all ARC's defenders.
But NGS is, most people say NGS is bad because of how slow the content drip is. But even then, I'm like, as like people don't seemingly realize, base game was the exact same way. We got base game in what, like literally like a year and a half before NGS came out, I want to say. And it kind of like, but we got, instead of the drip feed, we got everything like back to back all at once. So it's not like you guys were like truly missing out on content, so to speak. Where for everyone that played it as it was actually coming out, you got drip fed, like it was the exact same way. And people don't realize that, and they're just like, oh, but they before they did it though. I need them to stop moving for a hot second because I want to see like their outfit. Yep, that's a dope Virgil. I like it. Props to you, Tora. And you left. But the story to it is great. Like I need to, like in all honesty, I need to like just one day sit down and lock in and do the base game like from start to end. Like I've started it and then I kind of like that first episode is so slow. It's frustrating, but everything, like as you start to go through it and just kind of like get to the interesting parts, it gets a lot better. Good morning or good night. It is absolutely a night thing. I'm just a late streamer. But it's, you know, like you just got to give time for it. Like I won't say give time NGS time to cook, but just play it at your own pace. Like dabble into it, because there is still enjoyment in it. It just needs the right community to get behind it. Somebody got cooked. Let me in. My gosh, they made him so much weaker in the UQ. Because how are we already got him halfway down to like stagger status? Unless it's just because of their event that he's just that much weaker. But like he just came out essentially today for the UQ version. Played NGS when it launched and just haven't been able to get back into it since. When was the last time you played it? That's because at launch, I fell off the game. I ain't gonna lie, because there was just nothing to do. And even now, it still is in a weird state. I won't say there's nothing to do because there always is something to do in the game, but it's just that fulfillment is not quite there. And what I mean by fulfillment, it's like I'm thinking of, I guess it's the way that I want to play the game, essentially. Because when I think of peak PSO, granted, you know, I didn't play base game consistently enough. Because at that point in time, I was a streamer, and I come from a weird era, like that weird sense. I definitely did not get that wall up in time. I thought I got like 3 walls up fast enough, but I didn't. But I come from that weird sense of I didn't think people would actually enjoy PSO. And then I ended up getting a ton of people interested in playing PSO during the base game right before NGS came out. I ended up starting it in, I played it, I got Neku to start playing it, I got Hino to play it, I ended up getting a couple other people to play it. Then I met Shadow, and then it was like, I think Jeroni started playing it. Unique started playing it. So played it. It was like we were able to fill up an entire like instances of like parties and stuff. Like we would have 3 full parties of us playing the game together, and that was my fulfillment of playing PSO, was having friends just all doing stuff together. Granted, now it's not really the same type of vibe because, you know, I'm in a sense playing the game by myself, especially because of how often I play the game, and I have a familiarity with the series, and like I just end up playing the game religiously because of the fact that I have an attachment to the series. whereas other people kind of like played it because like it was something new and fun to do. But my peak PSO for me is Phantasy Star Universe, because I wasn't trying to necessarily make content around it, and I was just playing it with a few select friends. And with that select friends, we made friends in game, and we would just hang out and play the game together. And I was just like progressing through a story occasionally that I was finding interesting. Whereas with this story, I'm always at the end of it. There's not enough for me to like go, oh, okay, well, I've done this. Now let me go and do something else. It's just like I've done it all, essentially. I need to be a little bit more careful with this fight because I'm not invincible. This is still an in-game fight. So your Final Fantasy 14 group all tried playing when Global came out, with Microsoft Store issues. They quit. See, yeah. And there was like, I know I tried to get Pop to play the game, I want to say during when Kavaris first dropped on here, and she wasn't able to play until much later. Actually, I think I tried to get Pop to play earlier than that, if I'm not mistaken. She couldn't, she was having Steam issues with the game. Build up my full-time points. Getting my cheeks clapped. But the main thing that, like, when I say it was peak gameplay for me is because, one, I started playing, was it Universe much later into its lifespan. So there was, like, even when I wasn't playing with friends, I was able to enjoy the story in my own time. And then when I was playing it with friends, we were just all doing random things. But let me work on this one while they're doing that. Bro, what the heck? This is complete chaos. But I'm loving this chaos. I'd never made it to this phase of the fight with the extra hard version of it. I'm getting hit with brick after brick. Is this what it feels like to be Neku, getting hit with bricks? There's just so much going on when it comes to these attacks. Bruh. You're doing too much, Val. I can't keep up.
Powerful energy reading. Stop the attack.
Jeez. That final phase of that is nonsense. I know people are probably gonna be mad at the fact that I'm supersonic at the ending screen. They just cannot take that seriously.
Enemy defeated. Mission accomplished. Please return to base.
Also, that sound is so infamous for this series. To always hear that sound at the end. Supersonic is pretty serious, must be their problem. So also, that's a funny thing that you said that Supersonic is a serious thing. You know that they did a recently have been in the middle of a crossover with
in the Steer region. We request the participation
with DC,
of all Arcs
and Supersonic went toe to toe with Darkseid by himself. And like Darkseid hit him, and Sonic was like, "Oh, cool, my turn." Like I was like, "Yo, all right, go off, Sonic." 12, 12, 12, 12. What is a 12? Is 12 the previous form of the Juballs? No, it's not. What the fuck is a 12? I gotta look up. This is how like disconnected from PSO I am. I feel like that's a common weapon. Like I could be wrong. I need to jump back in. Oh yeah, I need to jump back into this now. What the heck? I'll figure that out later. The whole part that Lex Luthor tries and trick Knuckles with the Chaos Emerald, thinking it was like Kryptonite to Superman, takes it and leaves and goes back. Thought he because the funny thing is I saw somebody like made a video about like the how everything went towards the end of it, and as I mentioned, what time is it? We've been live for an hour and 40 something minutes, and I literally said Crazy shows up within like an hour and a half of the stream being live, hangs out for a bit, and then goes to sleep. So this is perfectly on cue for that. But towards the end of it, like I think before they cross back over, Superman ends up, is that Sora? It is a Sora. It was Eggman is kind of like destroying the city, and then Superman just pulls up on him, was just like, look, you're smart, tell me where the Chaos Emerald is and I will, like, you know, won't destroy any more of your stuff. And then Eggman's just like, you're right, go down 2 floors next to the generator room, you can't miss it. And then Superman just goes down there, grabs it and leaves, and he's just like, yeah, no, I'm not fighting him. It's like, I see how easily he is going through my army. It is not worth it. I'm still confused about what the heck the 12 is. Like, I feel like it was a rare weapon at one point in time, but it's not anymore. Like, my brain is fried when it comes to like some of these weapons. Also, hello, Crazy. Did you like the video of Heno dancing that I sent you? Heno dancing. I mean, you can't lie. They were wearing literally the green that Heno would wear. That's 100% Heno. Even somewhat look like him too. Minus, you know, the just that was peak era Heno. Let's put it that way. That was mid dreads. That was mid locks Heno. It wasn't quite bald Heno era, because you know there was like that in between era. Because he hates that bald Heno is the best era. Which is kind of funny. I actually saw on when I was on YouTube earlier today, I started seeing a couple of Heno's clips start popping up in my short feed. He thinks I'm the only person that thinks that. Bald Heno being the best era? I keep telling Heno, it was something about when he was bald that his interactions, like him just doing things, was just more out there. Now he's kind of he's chill. I'm not saying that he's gotten lazier with the content or anything like that. It's just like, you know, there was just something about that era of Heno that just stood out a lot more. My walls. We need another wall. Okay, they got it. I think what it was is that Heno was more animated during the bald Heno era. He's not nearly as animated, and that's the thing that kind of like made him stand out more for me, I guess. He still has the same kind of jokes, but he's tame now. He's got a collar on him. Sounds wild. Yo in your face, yeah, and that's what I liked about. That's why I say bald Heno era was the better era. it was easier to like also like bounce jokes off of him too, which sounds kind of funny and wild at the same time saying that. Yo, stop hitting me! Yo, I just got... He tried to erase me. Bastard. Whoever is doing the healing for this UQ is doing an amazing job. Except for that person that just got cooked right there. They did not get the healing. No, not more. Relax. Foul beast. Away! Away! My body. There's just so much going on in this fight, like kind of don't even want to do the other version of it now because this one's so engaged. What I mean by this is that this fight is so much going on that the ultra hard difficulty version of this, 4 people, and you can only die a total of, like, when I say a total, meaning that the 4 people, they can only die a total of 5 times. And he's stronger, he hits harder, and he has more health in that form, in that version of the fight. And you have to get through all of this that I'm going through right now. So you can kind of imagine why I'm saying, I don't want to go back and do that anymore. Sure, it's a bragging rights thing, but there's just too many variables in it, and it's just a lot of work. It is fun, but it's just a lot of work right now. Elmo don't have time for all that work. I have done my bragging rights thing, and my bragging rights was that I finished, was it both Evil Withins on Akumu mode, which means if you get hit once, you die. And there was no checkpoints, like you would have to start the chapter all the way over when you would die. I beat both of those, beat 1 and 2 on Akumu mode. Like, that is my bragging rights. I don't need to brag anymore about anything. I have done, I have hit my peak moments. Now Elmo has no more peak moments. Grant, I won't say I won't ever try to do it again. I just need to upgrade my armor and then also upgrade my weapon. I'll probably try it again. But in my current state, no. Yeah, I play PSO once a week. That's the reason why I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Like, the only way I would actually do it is if I just literally have nothing else going on. And the thing is, I always have something going on. There is always a new game or a game for me to finish that I have not finished yet. And another thing is that I'm consistently playing the game by myself too, because I always play it so late into the night, early into the morning for some people. It's hard for me to like actually get a proper group together, because everyone usually plays during the morning times when their favorite streamers are live. I'll play one of them late night MMOs. I think the only one that I could like really probably get away with doing that in, it would be Doom, because of how popular it is right now. Dune Awakening, because that's an MMO survival game. Final Fantasy 14, yeah, I would have to get through the story for me to even be able to do anything in that. And is Dune still going well? As far as I know, it is. Terrible Ranger support. Are we really gonna judge stuff in a UQ? We got through it. That's all that should matter. I haven't, like, the funny thing is, I have Dune installed and still have not booted it up. And I would been so excited to play it. I went to like 3 different event things in reference to it and just still have not booted that game up. Hey, look at that. I still have my premium that I probably should check into seeing if I could renew. That is an amazing jury. Holy shit. And people are like, PSO is not one of the greatest games for character creators. Where do you see a Street Fighter character? Quite sure. I literally just saw a Virgil earlier. Let's see what we can find just in this lobby alone, ignoring me running around as Supersonic. You are not Reptar. You are a Yosha cosplayer in red. Let's see. Well, let's just go around and see what else we can spot. There's Virgil again. And then people have the nerve to say that PSO2 does not have one of the greatest character creators. Is this a good Sanji? No, I'm quite sure they probably do have a Sanji, like it's probably like a form of Sanji that I don't know about in One Piece right now,
Hi
but
there.
for the most part I've seen everything, and yeah. Look, there's what's her name? Yuffie. So we just saw Virgil, Yuffie, and Jury, all from different games in one game.
Welcome.
Again, big sliders. Look, the with PSO, the idea is slider all the way to the right. Again, I want somebody to prove me wrong by showing me a game that does all of this, and I'm just waiting to see a Kirby just come out of nowhere so I can like completely justify why I said that PSO has one of the greatest character creators of all time. Because yes, you can create all these characters in like Tekken or whatever. Raiden Shogun cosplayer from Honkai Third Impact, almost a one-to-one recreation. Like that's what I'm saying. Like PSO, and it's not like it's like the greatest character creator, but it's like it's what you can do in this game that makes it so great.
How are you?
Because again, it's not like that these things exist in the game. It's that people find ways to make it so that these characters look one-to-one with what they want them to be. And that's what makes PSO so amazing, in my opinion. Bruh. When does this expire? Because I feel like I have another one just sitting in storage. Okay, where do I see it at? Let's see. Notifications. Where's it at? Where do I see it at? I'm not even worried about it, because I just know it's not expiring anytime soon. So to storage it goes. Balance to account, can't sell it. Somebody's gonna like beat me up for like not using all of this stuff. Whoever is currently watching and probably getting ready to judge me, look, I am a I'm a victim of busyness. I will do something with all these vouchers and tickets when the time comes, but bear with me as I often forget about using them because I play the game like once a week. Do not attack me. I have done my due diligence for the community. I want to relax and play the game how I want to play it. Please do not attack me. Signed, C1. Boy. Time to flood my inventory with items. That's what, yeah, that's what I gotta figure out. Hey! And then there's Majima. Granted, Majima had a crossover the game, so that's not like really, you know, a big thing. You can literally get his outfit in the game. It's it's reasonable. But still. Alright, so let's take a looky here. So that's the legend weapons. Good lord, why are y'all selling it for like that? Still want to get a crest weapon. I don't even want to look at this stuff anymore, man. Like,
Bye-bye.
you're doing the most. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. Let's do our free pools. As the kids would say, let's go gambling. That was not gambling. Which one? Was the one to my left? People say that that's like, that's the issue with PSO is like the horny factor is too high in this game, and it's just like, why is that a focus? Like, why what does somebody else does with the game hinder how you play the game? Literally just walk past it and ignore it. I'm so used to seeing it that I just don't care anymore. I've seen so much of it is that by comparison to other MMOs, NGS is by no means the most horniest game. Yeah, which is true. Like, you know, with other people, like when I see outfits and things like this, I'm just kind of like, it's the same way in real life, in all honesty. So, doesn't necessarily bother me. It's just like, oh, cool, that person is doing that. All right, whatever. What else is going on that I probably would care more about? In a set of scratch tickets. Sure, let's just buy 100 of those, shall we? How many of these do I got? I got 81 of them. Talk about the horny factor. The first Ascendant is pretty... Yeah. I was like 100% a fan of that game. Only because of the fact that, you know, I wanted to actually have fun and play the game. It was fun during the beta, but again, with a lot of these games, they're fun at first until they're no longer fun. And it was the grind factor in that just kind of like turned me off of it. I don't want to like grind like all day for certain things. Like it just takes too long. But I have an attachment with PSO, and PSO is essentially the same way. Let's keep it a buck. You are absolutely 100% grinding in PSO. If you want certain things, you are absolutely putting in work. I'm getting all these items, and 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to be using them. I'm just getting it so I can have it just activated in my account. To grind for crests, I'll just stick with, like, that's another thing. I hit best in slot during the Kavaris era. I kind of stopped grinding for it. It was just like, I'll get there when I get there now. Because if I grind for it, then I have nothing else to do. And if I have nothing else to do, I stop playing the game. And I don't want to be in that situation. I refuse to be in that situation. And the thing is that PSO, as everyone knows, is slow to update with stuff. And I have other games that I could be playing. Like, I don't get how people get mad about, oh, there's not enough content. Yes and no. Like, I've said it multiple times. PSO does have content, but the issue is that a lot of the content, you don't get justifiable rewards for doing the content, basically. So essentially, people won't do the stuff that exists in the game because there's no reason to do it. Thus, they say there's no content, but that, again, people don't vocalize what they want to truly say properly, which puts us in this weird, awkward situation of, things aren't getting done the way they want it to be done. Because, trust me, if they were to rework how, like, the different things work, like the Cannonball Rumble, and you got like different animations, like for like the motions and stuff, you got like special motions, like motion B, like I talked about it with the Ninja Dash B, the black photons. People wanted that so bad that they were running that I think it was the Cardinal Tower or whatever it was, just to get it so they could sell it. And then also some people just want to have it. Bring back things like that. They're kind of getting back to the point with like having various different weapons with unique potentials and stuff that changes the way everybody plays the game. If they start doing like little things like that more often and then putting it in this content that already exists in the game, then yes, people would actually start doing all kinds of different things. It's just, we got to get there. What is in the pool for, like, the prize list for this? This is just a ton of items. And I have not gotten any of the featured stuff yet. I haven't used this yet either. Yay for drawing things. Use all. Let me make sure I got space in my inventory now. Alright. Use that now. Create the space. Alright, I kind of wanted to go do more pools, but I kind of don't. So I'm just want to go level up, last of my class. The nail on the head, we need to have reasons to go back to the Rumble, Tower, Gorge, etc. just beyond increasing difficulty rank. Yep. Because, again, like, if there was a justified reason to go back and do these things, and then, they put, like, a special weapon out there that's, good for the time. Like, it doesn't even have to be a weapon that could be upgraded. It could be... We had the proper formula back in base game where you could just create the weapon and then down the line they could have it so that you could upgrade it later. Like, it doesn't have to be immediately upgradable, but like, you go back to a weapons trade or whatever and you turn in the weapon with set little material, whatever, and you can upgrade it into a new weapon. Bring that back now. Like, and then have different potentials and stuff so it changes the way that everybody plays, so it's not like there is one specific meta. And that's just a way to do things, and you can get some of the materials from the different forms of content like the Rumble, the Tower, the Gorge. Just there's ways to make the game interesting again. It's just people don't know how to articulate it and just immediately go, bad game, no content. Articulate what you mean by that. Give a suggestion on how to fix it. And a lot of people are saying, well, we need more photon arts. It would be nice to have photon arts, but the issue with having more photon arts is that people immediately go, what's the meta? How do I optimize? And so it kind of like defeats the purpose of having more photon arts, because they're just gonna be like, well, I would rather just use these 3 photon arts because, you know, they're the strongest ones. Therefore, why use anything else when this is the best one that's going to get me the damage output? Devs know that. So that's the reason why they don't. I hate when it does this. It's jumping around. I just noticed that. I don't know why it keeps doing this thing. It's there. It's like I'm watching the frames go down and go back up. Like, I don't get why it just randomly does this. And we're back, but it's just like it's not stable. Like, I'm looking at how it's trying to like stabilize everything. That's the reason why I just kind of like stopped. I noticed it the first time you said stream dead. Like, I saw the yikes and stream dead, and then I just stopped and just stared at it and just watched it kind of go all over the place. I think now we're kind of stable, and I'm beginning to wonder. Every time that happens, I have noticed what I tend to do. I stop streaming to TikTok. And when I stop streaming to TikTok, everything stables out. I just don't understand what it is about TikTok. It should be good now because it's like it's all in green now. So if you need to, you might need to refresh. Because it's trying to, I guess it's trying to adjust and get it all as stable as possible. But every time that happens, I stop streaming to TikTok and it stables back out, which is wild. Not it, it's a crypto miner. I didn't realize I had legacy. I had legacy badge still. My thing is that TikTok is like a weird place for me because I have moments where things are going well on it and then it just kind of like dies off and disappears. Let me recycle some of the stuff that I can't recycle. Got so much crap I need to get rid of. I will not. Not yet. I should, but I will not. Not yet. Alright, I will that. That. Already using the ship. Sure. But yeah, like it's as far as what I was saying with PSO, because I kind of like lost track with it because stupid internet issues. But it definitely seems like with a lot of people that do complain about PSO is that they'll say the things that they have issues with, but won't think of a solution to it and just echo chamber everybody else because, hey, I want to fit in with the crowd, so let me just complain just like how they are, and you know, I'll feel cool. It's like, no, you're not cool. You're just annoying. Let's keep it a buck. Like, anyone else stream just pause, like play button just goes to pause. I've had that happen to me before. The fuck? Is that a rappy in a spaceship? Yeah, and the creativity of people on PSO. Just what I wanted to see. You always had a health bar? I think that came with an update because I'm not used to seeing him having health bar and just seeing how fast he got melted like that. But at the end of the day, as I always say about PSO, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going anywhere. I love the series too much. I grew up with it. It is a part of my childhood. I am always probably going to play each iteration of it until I just get too old and just can't keep up with it and won't play it anymore. But 9 times out of 10, probably not going to happen. If anything, I'll still be around in some way, shape, or form. But as far as me trying to like be deeply invested in the community, absolutely the freak not. Because the community at times annoys me. Complaining about some of the most stupidest trivial things. Like, woe is me. Other streamers said I stink. Now I want to start a manhunt on Twitter because streamer said I stink. Why? Who cares? That has nothing to do with the game, but now you got everyone else riled up because, you know, that's the current agenda of everything. So let's all attack that person that said that person stinks, and it's like, okay. Or the tried and true thing. PSO has no content. It has content. Does it have meaningful content? That's what you need to like express. Give us things to do with said content that exist, and people will stop complaining. And another thing is that the ones that would have a meaningful like suggestion on how to fix the issues are the quiet ones. That's the biggest issue with the community. The ones that are vocal are just the ones that are complaining just to complain, that don't play the game like that anymore, or just, you know, they're just there just to be annoying, basically. What else do I gotta do for my dailies? I don't even know if I have time to get into anything else. I go do the LTQ, and that gives me about 1 voucher. Fine, I guess. 1 voucher is better than no vouchers. Hmm. Let's see. Gotta go fight Word. Okay, so I gotta go to Alio and Retim. This time I actually cut off the other stream. I don't know what's going on with my internet. This is very annoying. Why is my upload just going to? Why is my upload just going to the shitter? The shitter. Something I want to check. It's in the green now, but okay. I just hate that it's going to, again, create another VOD. I don't want it to keep doing that. For an hour each, yeah. The fuck? It's I really legit feel like I'm being attacked right now. I legit feel like my connection's being attacked. Like, we have not had one of these issues in ages. Like, I remember when there was an era where this was consistently happening. But this is a bit wild. Because that's exactly what it is. My internet's not down. Every time I start speaking, it just says disconnected.